Jeff and Jeremy here. It's KZOZ. Online, KZOZ.com, your home for the Red Zone Challenge. And it's brought to you by California RV Outlets, Fred Bruin Realtor. Your shot to win $1,000 this year from our friends at California Diesel and RV, and a brand new 50-inch flat screen TV with soundbar from Coast Electronics. $25 every week to the Poorhouse, where this Saturday night the Young Dubliners will be playing, and we have tickets to that. And tomorrow, make sure you're with us. And today, let's get the guys in here real quick. He's still leading the pack, by the way. He now sits at 6-3.
No.
From California RV Outlets.
I thought he was 7-2.
Oh, 7-2. It's Angel. Sorry. Hey, Angel. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
At 5-4 after dropping 2 this last week, falling off just a bit. He's the realtor that offers real estate in real time, Fred Bruin.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Oh, he's in last place.
Jeff and Jeremy here as well, both sitting at 6-3. Well, your
quick copying my
spreadsheet,
picks, Jeremy. Quick copying my picks.
your spreadsheet hasn't been working as thoroughly for you probably as you'd like, Fred. What do you have to say for yourself?
It's early in the season, and the stats will get better and closer as we compile more and more data.
Okay.
And let's be honest, San Francisco should have won that game.
Yeah, they should have. That's true.
They had the game in hand. I mean, come on.
Yeah, let's see.
I'm going to start consulting with Nostradamus here before we make the picks.
Oh, you heard about this. Yeah, Angel, did you hear about this? You remember this? Do you remember this from last week when we talked about Green Bay and San Francisco? Take a listen.
Yeah.
I like Green Bay in this one as well. But I think it's also going to be a close game. I think this is going to come right down to maybe a field goal.
Look at that. Good job.
Wow.
Good job, Nostradamus.
All right, so there you go. All right, let's get to the picks this week, shall we?
I love this week's games. I love this week's games.
I love and hate this week because the Seahawks are in there again, those bastards.
There were closer games, like Atlanta-Washington is actually a closer game, but it sounds like such a garbage fest. I was like, let's keep it out here on the West Coast. Let's keep it out here on the West Coast for week 4.
The picking order is the same because we all did the same except for Fred. He will move to the back. So it'll go Jeff, Angel, Jeremy, and then Fred. We go from best to worst. Jeff sits at 6-3, but was the top picker the week before last where we all came in tied. So Jeff will pick first.
Angel was going to go first.
Then Angel will go second.
Okay.
And then I will go, and then Fred will go, and we're going to start off with the Ravens traveling to Denver, to the Mile High City, to take on the 1-point favorite Denver Broncos. Who do you like, Jeff?
This is such a hard game to stat out. Baltimore had a scare at Detroit last week. If it wasn't for Justin Tucker's leg, they would have came away with an L in Detroit. So there's some things that need to fixing on the Baltimore football team. But they're the Ravens. They're not the football team. Now, Denver has been nails, but their opponents are a combined 0-9 on the season. The Giants, the Jaguars, and the Jets. Okay? Those are the 3 teams that they beat to get to 3-0.
I don't think they played the Giants yet. I think they played the football team, Jacksonville, and the Jets, if I remember.
No, they played. Oh, no, the Chargers opened up with the football team. So, yeah, Denver played the Giants in New York. Then they had to go down to Jacksonville. And then they played host to the Jets last weekend. Now, this is at Mile High. And
I thought it was the Jets. Oh, okay.
And, they played Jets last weekend.
The Jets, Jacksonville, and Washington, that's how Denver's 3-0. But maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, they opened up with the Giants because it was that game that Saquon Barkley got nerfed because of his injuries. But anyways, the competition, I always believe in being battle tested. So I picked the Denver Broncos to win the Super Bowl in a bet that I placed money on. I really want Denver to win this game, but I don't think they're battle tested, and I think Baltimore will get the victory, despite the fact that they got a scare in Detroit last weekend. I think Baltimore will find a way to get the victory because Denver hasn't faced any competition as of yet.
All right, yeah. And I'm looking at the schedule right here, and the Broncos beat the Giants 27-13 in week 1. 23-13 over Jacksonville, and the Jets 26-0 last week. Angel, you're up next. Denver is a 1-point favorite at home.
You know, I just don't think the Denver's played anybody real yet. I think that people are bullish on that team. I think they put the D in defense, but I'm going to go with the Ravens in this game. I think Lamar Jackson and crew show up, and I think they take care of business in this one.
Yeah, when it comes down to it, it's just like the Ravens have been in so many close games. Denver's been in cakewalks, and I think if it comes down to it, it's close at the end, like Vegas says it's going to be. Baltimore will find a way to win.
Let's see, Baltimore, they've got a couple of weird things going on, obviously, at running back. It's been since the beginning of the season. They're traveling to the West Coast, and they're going to be playing up at Mile High, which for some reason I think some teams have an issue with. I like Denver in this one. I think it's a coin flip either way. I think,
doesn't that mean that Justin Tucker just breaks his NFL record from last weekend?
Hopefully they don't put him in that situation.
He'd be able to make it from 74 in Denver.
Kidding. Maybe they'll put him out there for a 72-yarder and he'll miss it, thinking, oh, he's got this. Then air. I like Denver in this one. Fred, go ahead.
I like Denver as well, guys. I think Denver's passing game is going to beat Baltimore's defense, and I'll take Denver by a squeak.
All right. Let's see. This next one is a fun one. The Las Vegas Raiders are traveling to Los Angeles to take on the Chargers. Uh-oh. Jeff and I yesterday on the show were talking, what's the over-under on fights in the parking lot? Jeff put it at 4.5.
I didn't say parking lot. I said at SoFi, but
or at
that's anywhere
the tailgate.
Anywhere at on the property.
It's going to be about madhouse. I'll be down there for the game in the tailgating and in the stadium, and I've done it before. It is a madhouse.
And you guys hate playing the Raiders, right? I mean, you hate it when Raiders fans come to town. It's just no fun.
Oh, it's ugly.
Will you be packing heat this weekend, Fred, at SoFi?
Don't answer that, Fred.
It's not that dramatic. No.
And I like your consultation on that one, Angel. Don't answer that, Fred. Don't answer. You don't have to answer that. You don't have to answer that.
Were you an attorney before you were an RV salesman? Jeff, you're going to start us off again. This is another close game, obviously. The Chargers are a 3.5-point favorite at home at SoFi.
I hate to do it because they've won in dramatic fashion in all their games so far this year with the Las Vegas Raiders, but I feel like it's fool's gold. I feel like the Chargers defense will be able to figure out the simplicity of the Raiders offense, and then the Chargers offense has been fire. Give me the Chargers.
All right, Angel?
Well, let's see. I think what's this, the 124th time that these teams have met? If I'm not incorrect, I think Vegas leads this series all time 66-55 with 2 ties. So, you know what? I'm going to go with little Chucky here because I know my friend in real time and real estate is going to go with the Chargers. And I got to get a pick to go over it. So I'm going to go Raiders in a tight one.
Las Vegas Raiders. All right. I like the Chargers in this one as well. Fred, where are you at?
Well, you know, I'm taking the Chargers, but I think it's going to be closer than 3, and I pray to God that my Chargers don't choke and make a mistake and blow the game at the end.
What's the key to victory, Fred, this week for the Chargers? Not to choke?
I think, they need to have their a scoring offense, and they need to slow down the number 1 scoring team in the league right now.
Yeah. I just feel like it'll come back.
This game will essentially be a home game again.
Oh,
for
yeah.
opposing teams.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely.
That's going to be a factor.
Well, when you look at, like Jeff, like you were talking earlier, when you look at who they played, the Chargers had a slightly tougher schedule so far. Mm-hmm. That's the only real hope I have here.
All right, coming up next, the Seattle Seahawks traveled back down to California to go to Levi Stadium to take on the San Francisco 49ers, who are 2-1, and have taken their only loss against Green Bay last week, as we probably all remember seeing that last-second field goal. Give Aaron Rodgers, 37 seconds?
That's all he needs.
Yeah. Seahawks are a 3-point dog in this one. Jeff.
Now, of course, everybody's going to think I'm taking the 3-point dog, and I am taking the 3-point dog. But there is reasoning behind why I'm taking the 3-point dog, not just because I'm a fanboy. Okay, this statistic blew my mind when they mentioned it on Sunday Night Football. Dating back to last season at Levi's Stadium, the 49ers are 1-9 at Levi's Stadium. They do not play well at home. Seahawks need this to get back into good graces in the NFC West. Otherwise, they've dug themselves into a huge hole. I feel like they realize that, and they will come into this game with more ambition, more question marks in that Niners backfield. They had to gadget their way to even get back into that game on Sunday night, which they did successfully. I think it'll be a very close game, but give me Seattle based on the fact that San Francisco plays like crap at home.
Angel.
It's kind of like dating and heartbreaks, and I think this was a bad heartbreak last week. It's like a bad beat at a poker table, what happened with the Niners. So I'm going to go with the Hawks in this one. I think that Russell Wilson in town comes into town, and they get healthy here.
Gosh, I know. I tell you what, I'm a fan. I mean, I devastated by what we saw the last couple of weeks. But the Seahawks will always find a way to make something work. I think what we're going to see this week, since I'm the big prognosticator, or would you call me Nostradamus?
Emphasis on the nose.
I think we're going to see Seattle use their tight ends a lot more this week than we've seen in the first couple of weeks. I think we're going to throw the ball more than we're going to run it. And I think they're going to win. But I think it's going to be a really close game. I don't think it's going to be crazy high score, but I want to say the over-under on this is going to be right around the low 50s. But I like Seattle on this one. Freddie?
Well, the two offenses are pretty evenly matched. Seattle might have a slight edge, but the defenses are not so close. Seattle's defense is a little lacking. I'm going with San Francisco.
He's a lone wolf. Let's hear that howl, Fred.
Well, wait a minute. Don't we have another lone wolf?
Oh, we did. That's right. Angel's got a howl for the Las Vegas Raiders pick.
Let's do it.
Oh, hey, Fred.
Three.
You guys do it at the same time?
Do it together on 3. 1, 2, 3, go.
Good job, fellas.
I don't know why I find that so funny.
Great job, fellas.
All right, yes.
Hey.
I'm sorry I missed that earlier, by the way. Thank
Angel,
you, Fred.
I've seen all the commercials. I've heard all the commercials for the Central Coast RV show. I'm excited. I can't wait to take the kids to run through all the RVs that California RV Outlets is going to have. Have you prepped the RVs for my kids and the damage that they will do to those RVs?
We have, absolutely. We've installed rubber bumpers, and we're ready for your family, sir. We're excited about this. This is the first time in California, with all the in recent years with the COVID cancellations, I like to call them, events like this have been canceled. This is going to be the first show of its kind in California, in the whole state, since the lockdowns. So we're pretty excited about this. I think we're going to see a lot of people from the Valley in different areas, and of course, manufacturers are going to be out there offering huge rebates, huge discounts, and we're going to have some lenders on site ready to approve deals like Coast Hills Credit Union and a few other banks ready to roll. So
now, I heard that you guys will take trades on anything. It doesn't have to be an RV. Is that the truth?
If it doesn't eat or cry, we'll buy. That's what we say. So
if it doesn't
if it doesn't eat or cry, we'll buy.
Oh, so I can't trade my kids for an RV.
No, we don't want them. You raise them. But no, in seriousness, if it's a ATV, a quad, an old boat, a jet ski, there's more ways to help you get down payment. And of course, with the financing that's available for this event, it's going to be pretty epic.
I've got a bass boat, but I'm not looking. I'm looking for a camper. Is there going to be any truck campers there that'll fit a 5.5 foot bed?
We might have a few used ones out there. I don't know what we'll have yet, but I'm sure we're working on that.
The problem is everybody is making these, the half-ton trucks now. Everybody's putting a 5.5 foot bed on them, and they'll hold the weight. But the problem is the campers are too big that they've made for years because they made it for 6, 7, and 8 foot beds. And so it is a challenge to find a camper. I know that Lance makes one, and there's a few others out there, but
those are $60,000 campers, and you can get a 23 or 25-foot fifth wheel right now that's half-ton friendly that does everything you want to do in the truck camper and save a lot of money. So
the reason you go with the campers because you have a boat you have to pull.
Yeah,
see? I can't pull a trailer and a boat.
The boat is the first priority for this guy.
The boat. Yes.
I'm trying to sell what I have here, okay? What are you doing?
I know. I just had to ask. So it's not this weekend, it's next weekend, correct?
Yeah, 7th through the 11th.
Okay, perfect. FredBruin.com. We know it's the optimal time to sell your house right now. It is a seller's market.
Still.
Yeah, that's correct. Very much a seller's market, but I'd like to step back a second. I'm looking forward to that RV show, too. But when Angel and I met up at the Cowboys-Chargers game, I asked him about if he knew someone who could make a repair on my travel trailer. He says, well, we do that. And sure enough, he hooked me up with a service manager. I pulled the trailer down to Pismo. They explained the process, the schedule. It went like clockwork. They did a great job. That service department down there was a beehive of activity with lots of rigs getting worked on and the crews working hard. And they got me in and out of there just like they said they would. So it was fantastic service. I would recommend it to anybody.
Oh, look at that.
The real estate market, yeah, it is beginning to cool just slightly this time of year. It happens in our normal selling cycle, but still very much a seller's market. We need properties to sell. There's still people out there kicking tires, and the people kicking tires at this time of year are much more serious, committed type prospects. So
that's when we did it. We did it right before Christmas because we figured, people are sleeping on stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, guys, it's always great talking to you. Once again, the picks, the podcast, Jeff and Jeremy in the morning. Search for it, KZOZ.com, the 3 closest games of the week. It's Baltimore traveling to Denver, the Raiders coming to L.A. to take on the Chargers, and the Seattle Seahawks going to the very hostile Levi Stadium to take on the 3-point San Francisco 49ers. You can review the picks there, and we'll catch up with you guys next week, okay?
Okay.
There they go.
We appreciate you.
It's the Red Zone Challenge, brought to you by Fred Bruin Realtor, FredBruin.com, California RV Outlets, online at CaliforniaRVOutlets.com. Not this weekend, but next weekend. Get ready for that huge RV show at the Madonna Fairground. That's not Fairground. Showground.
It's a meadow.
It's a meadow by the freeway. There'll be over 300 units there. Thanks to our friends at California Diesel and RV for throwing up $1,000 that you could win this year. And Coast Electronics, a 50-inch flat screen TV with soundbar. Play right now. Just make your picks. KZOZ.com.
Want some bragging rights?
Thank you, Captain Obvious.
Jeff and Jeremy's Red Zone Challenge is on at KZOZ.com. Presented by California RV Outlets and Fred Bruin Realtor.
Bring the energy!
Stack up the season top score and level up your game time with a sweet new 50-inch TV and soundbar from Coast Electronics. And $1,000 cash from California Diesel and RV. Plus, be the MVP of the week, backed by popular demand.
I love this!
Win the week, and you rule with shout-outs and your favorite classic rock band playing every weekday at 8:20, 12:20, 5:20, and 7:20. Score $25 to the Poorhouse in Paso, too.
I love every part of it.
Jeff and Jeremy's Red Zone Challenge from California RV Outlets. Your home for quality RVs for less. It's time to get outdoors. Visit their location on El Camino Real at 2850 El Camino Real in Atascadero. See their selection of quality RVs for less at CalRVOutlets.com. 93.3 KZOZ rocks your football season.